So how do you balance fatherhood and creativity? Well, recently I sat down with Benjamin Brandon when we had a discussion about just our experiences of being, for me, a graphic designer and for him, a full-time videographer. And we talked about how we balance that out, how we have a YouTube channel, do freelance work, have full-time jobs. What do we do to balance that out and also be an amazing father all at the same time? We're going to jump on over right now to the call I did with Benjamin as we just talk through these things in this collaboration. I hope you go check out his channel as well. He's somebody I always enjoy collaborating with on YouTube. It's just something a ton of fun that we love to do, get together, have these discussions. So check out this talk on balancing fatherhood and creativity.
Oh, oh man. I think I have so much on the topic. I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, for me, as you know, maybe the audience doesn't know, but I just had my first child just 3 weeks ago today. And so
Congrats.
very fresh to the fatherhood aspect of integrating my work and being a father. And so for me, it's just, you're never going to know when you're going to get those pockets of time to work. I mean, obviously I have a full-time job. So when I go to my full-time job, I have, responsibilities are basically set aside for that 8 hours. But when I get home and when I'm pursuing like my own unique creative work, whether the YouTube channel or right now, like we talked about building our own online courses, that you have to balance because you don't know if night is going to be a night I stay up late and work, or maybe go to bed early. So I'm going to do my morning work. I'm going to wake up at 4:30 and get going and work then. I think first thing I have is just being flexible and kind of like watching the situation to see how your wife needs help with the situation. Like, okay, the baby's crying a lot tonight, so you're going to be up a lot. And so maybe you'll work through that. So it's just where you can work is probably the first thing I've noticed.
Yeah. It's weird. So I have two kids, right? I have one that is now 4 months old, and then one who's about to turn 3 in like 10 days. So it's been an interesting situation now with that balance of creativity and fatherhood. It's been crazy because my wife will tell you this. I think what it's called lately is the Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality, where you just focus so hardcore into one thing or trying to do one particular thing that nothing gets in your way. And for the most part, it's a great mentality to have. However, when you're a father, you need to be flexible because, as you said, things happen where you get woken up in the middle of the night, and you need for me, I can go off of 5-6 hours of sleep and I'm good. Yeah. Right. And you're the same. So when you don't, and then you wake up at 5 and then you just get the day going, you start it up. Right. And for me, like, I don't have a morning routine. My morning routine is I have to do something. I have to do something productive. And it's not like,
you're like, I'm not
really,
let's knock something out.
Yeah, like I tried the whole meditation thing and tried the whole Tony Robbins write down your goals every day thing, and all it did is give me anxiety. All it did was okay, here are my goals. Okay, I'm not doing them right now. I'm doing any action to get to them because I'm writing my goals. This is enough. Or meditating is my brain works too rapidly, so I'm just who cares? But what's crazy with all the the parenting and the creativity is you have to deal a lot with the ambiguity of it all, the unknown, and the pockets of time is you have to be very clever. What I struggle with the most is the fact that I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, because at heart I don't really think I am, but when it comes to the quality of my work, I think I lead too much on that to the point where those pockets of time, I don't take them because I can't create what I feel I should be creating, or to the level of what I should be creating. And it's the biggest struggle for me. And it's the reason why I don't upload multiple times a week on YouTube, although lately I have, which has been interesting. I guess just luck. Versus you go all in 5 days a week and just kill it, but when it comes to balancing that, the biggest thing that I am personally trying to develop is to create and not perfect in a sense. And I have started to do that. And what's great is it's allowed me to produce more content. And at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to tell myself, or I don't believe it fully yet, but what I'm trying to believe in is it's better if I give some information, maybe not as nice looking, to those who need it versus me going all in and creating the quality that I do. At the end of the day, the purpose is still the same. So I'm trying to really hone that in. But any dad watching this will know it's super hard.
Yeah.
Super hard.
Yeah. I think that's really good. I mean, my favorite quote, and it comes back to me all the time, is from Jessica Hish, and she says, "Just launch," and that always inspires me to keep pushing out an MVP, a minimal viable product, whether that be a video, a course, something you're gonna get feedback. If you never launch, you never get feedback. My first, product reviews, my first videos in general on YouTube, I got railed on, because of X, and X, and I did this awful, and this way, and I think there's a lot of that with fatherhood, not in a negative way, in a positive way. You're learning. You have to just grab the child and hold him. I was so afraid to hold my child like when he first came out, because I filled him, and I was just like, he's gonna break, babe. Like he's and like I spent the first week like super stressed out holding him, like not even like I'm like, okay, we're good, and so I think those two things go hand in hand when you're launching creative work. It's like your child, basically. You're like, is somebody gonna break it? Is somebody gonna get mad because I'm not doing it right? And kind of like, is my wife gonna think I'm a horrible father if I don't hold him perfectly? And so I feel like those two, it's almost like the perfect time to really be getting into creativity and being a father, because you have to just be there. You have to just hold your child, just like you have to just launch your work and step out and chance on it. And that's really what I've noticed these past couple of weeks. Is like, I've just had to hold him. I've just had to be there. I've just had to encourage my wife, tell her like she's doing awesome, and she can do it, and she's plugging through the long night, and I'm waking up when I can and being there when I can and when she needs me. And that's what it takes. It's that learning. It's that constant learning. It's that receiving information and doing, and then rating it against how you've done. I think that's another thing.
Yeah, it's a crazy balance, man. I think one of the best ways to do it, it's totally easy for vloggers, right? Because one of the best ways to do it, just incorporate your family, and then just document what's going around. I per se, I'm not necessarily a vlogger. I do vlogs, but I'm not a vlogger. Did I lose you? Oh, there I am. But yeah, just trying to keep, with the vertical films lately, I've been incorporating the family a lot. So that's been helping me. It's kind of fun too, because my son loves watching himself on screen. It's like bad. It's like he's like his dad in that sense. Like he'll literally take my phone and go through my entire IGT video catalog. Like he'll go through the whole channel, because he's in like the majority of the videos. And then the ones he's not in, like the BMW one, it's funny because I'll ask him like, which one's your favorite, Rowan? And obviously he'll just like tap on the ones that he's in. He's like, Dad, I like this one, Dad. I like this one, Dad. And then one of my most popular right now is the BMW collaboration. And he's like, Dad, I don't like this one. I don't like that car. I was like, what? Just because you're not in it? I was supposed to put him in it too. Yeah, just simply because he's not in it. I was like, God, look at Rowan, look at the comments. People like this one better than yours. I'm sorry. And he's just like, no, it's not, Dad.
Another really legit thing about fatherhood is you see the basic intricacies of human nature. Response and reaction. You get to see when you apply something and how it reacts. And so right there, like, he loves to be in the video. And so like, how do you incorporate that aspect into your video? So how do you bring people into your content? How do you make them feel involved? How do you it's so key. They are an example of human nature. And so I'm not saying you're using your child as like a research project, but be aware of what your child can teach you. I mean, that's the incredible is they have so much to teach us. And when you open up yourself
Yeah.
to them, when you spend time with them, and when you commit yourself to working hard to provide for them and for your family, like it'll give you more motivation than you could ever think of wanting like a new car or some
Oh,
lame pair of shoes.
absolutely. You hit it on the nail. Yeah, you totally hit it on the nail. I think the ultimate dream, right, is you creating something that you love to do and doing something that you love to do with your family. And if you can
Yeah,
get paid for that,
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
that's the ultimate dream, right? Like, you know, there's a lot of people, there's tons of people, all the big guys right now are essentially living that dream. You know, you got you know, the Caseys and the Peters of the world and, you know, the Sean Durises of the world who share their lives, right? I think Sean Duris is the one who's like, every day, like, here's my kids, like, here are the struggles. Like, I don't know if you've seen his vlogs, but like, they're not the best quality. And it's not like he is, and that's not me dissing them. That's more, he's literally just turns on the camera and just goes and then cuts it up and then boom, there's his day. And I think that's just the style of vlogging, right? People nowadays are trying to get a little bit more cinematic, the Caseys and the Peters doing that. But what's unfair is they obviously have so much more resources to do stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit it on the nail. It's super, super cool when you can incorporate your family into what you're doing creatively. We both win, and I think that's, if anyone asks like, well, what do you do, or what's the best way, or any type of value that comes out of that is, yeah, incorporate them.
Thank you so much for tuning into this video today where I'm talking with Benjamin Brandon about balancing fatherhood and creativity. If you're curious about any other of the videos on the channel, please head on over, check those out, and I will see you here on the next episode. I'm Benji Kaiser of BenjiKaiser.com, and I appreciate you so much for being on the channel.